Rarely happens in the United States or other countries, or even in the islands, for example. It rarely happens to get a person without any experience. You must have at least about 2 to 3 years of experience. Unfortunately, in the Indian system, it is such that माँ बाप बोलते हैं नहीं ऐसा है you finish all your education first and then come to the corporate. ऐसा नहीं होता है generally. When it comes to business management, it's always better to have some kind of experience so that you get. I remember my own B school. I had a person with 23 years of experience. I felt like he's my dad, but he's also part of me in the school. Why? Because he's going to give his 23 years of experience into learning how the case study is. We are discussing a case study. He will tell us 23 years mein what actually happened in his career. He's going to tell us, and that's going to be very, very useful. That is the very important point of a corporate B school. And I would like to tell you, please make sure what I am saying is available to you. If it is not, please knock us and tell us, say, look, sir, you told us that you're going to have actual faculty from the corporate. We don't have. Or you tell us that we have, you said that you'll have corporate executives, evaluators, tell us. Third, most important thing, we have a very, very professionally well-oiled mechanism for placement. I can tell you that very honestly because it never happens in any of the B schools I know of at least. What we do is that as soon as you guys get into the college, first day itself we do, first day of the college, I mean, maybe first few days in the college, we have what is called a skill assessment test done. You people come from different backgrounds. You come from BCom, you come from arts, you come from science, you may come from engineering, even science, you may come from physics or maybe botany. So you're coming from diverse field, but we have to get you all together as one group so that you can fight the industries better. So what do we do here is that we have a skill assessment test and try to understand where you are strong and where you need some help. After identifying where you need some help, our placement officer, Mr. Yogesh Kumar, will definitely make sure that he has PPT, as we call it. That's a pre-placement talk, pre-placement training for all of you. So if you're not so good in arithmetic because you come from arts background, then we'll have more and more of arithmetic sessions for you. If you're not so good in some accountancy, then we will have something on that. You want to have a career in finance, then maybe we'll do something on that. That is one point in PPT. Another thing very important is what is left is that normally only the best B schools have something called area chairs. And we have an area chair concept over here. We have a marketing area chair, we have a finance area chair, we have an HR area chair, who come out with the strategy clearly as to what kind of courses you should undergo so that you are well prepared for a career in the corporate world. If you have to be a finance, if you have to be an investment analyst, let us understand what all you need, what all skills you need. We make sure that all those skills are given to you. If it is not available in the syllabus, because syllabus is designed by the university, we make sure you have value-added courses in that area. The value-added courses are designed, and then also chosen by the area chair to tell you, so that finally you start in the first year, how by the end of the second year, you're much better and closer to the corporate world as such. This is something which we do here, which is very, very well done as far as our this thing. And also, please remember that I'm asking you to pick about 5 companies you're right in the first year. Huh? I'm asking you, first day orientation, I'm asking you to list out 5 companies where you'd like to work, your dream companies where you'd like to work. Make sure you write it. Then maybe you discuss with the placement officer later, your teachers or mentors later, to see that how can I get closer to this particular company? How can I get selected in this company? Do it. You have all the right. And what kind of preparation you need to do? Our area chair will help you, our faculty members will help you, our mentors will help you. All this will make sure that your placement is good. And that's why I say our placement record, I repeat, our placement record in North Karnataka is by far the best. You cannot get any B school with a better placement record than ours. We get higher placements of 10 lakhs and 13 lakhs, which is very much higher than what you pay as your fees. Maybe in 6 months, you take over, you pay back all your fees that you pay as per as your. So we are saying that it means business, it means corporate, it means a proper B school, which is an investment that you do. Because everywhere, everybody knows higher education, especially when it comes to B schools and all that, people spend when you go abroad, you spend about 40 lakhs for a proper B school. And 40 lakhs you have to earn back. So many times you find that the person has to stay back 5 years at least to pay back whatever 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs that he had taken in loan. That kind of payment has to be. Here, if you do it with about whatever 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, or 7 lakhs that you pay, they are hoping that if you do it very well, We are hoping that at least 6 months you should be able to repay. If not 6 months, at least 1 year for sure, because the average is around that much. 1 year, 1.5 years, you pay back. Don't ever feel that the pinch of the fees is very high or something. That's what I would say that. And it's also a responsibility for us that when you're paying so much for a fee, we have to make sure we give you the best. If we don't give you the best, who the market will not respect us. So what I'm saying is that you have been picked. You're very lucky you have been picked. You are now the diamonds of the 44,000 plus students who have really applied for the MBA school. Now, I will just give you three reasons as to why you are at the right place at the right time. In fact, Mr. Jagdish Papat told you very well. Today, the world is open. You can make idli dosa batter and become a millionaire. Don't have to do anything else. Idli batter, which your house, your mother or your people make, you can make sure you make that and sell and become a millionaire. You can do anything. You can just deliver maybe food trays to your place. There is no end to what all you can do. Wonderful opportunity in the service sector. Wonderful opportunity in the service sector. Let us see what can happen in that. First reason is that India is the fastest growing economy. You must remember that India is the fastest growing economy. You're born at the right time and you're in the right place. They're going to participate in the biggest growing, fastest growing economy today. India likely to surpass about $4 trillion. You must have been hearing 5 trillion, 5 trillion. $4 trillion you're going to pass in 24, 25. Maybe in 1 year, 1.5 year time, you'll be passing. We are inching closer towards a $5 trillion economy. And very important is that highest perhaps, maybe not the highest, maybe second or third, definitely one of the highest that we can think of. GDP is growing at the rate of 6.7%, at least annually from 2024 to 2031. That's a huge, huge growth. You can never imagine in any developed country. In fact, I remember somebody saying that there is no need for you to go abroad anymore. There is really no need for you to go abroad in search of greener pastures. There is no need because with this kind of money, just about 5, 6, 7 lakhs, you get a good job. And if you're going to get 10 lakhs per annum or 13 lakhs per annum, and over a period of time it becomes 40, 50 lakhs, it is as good as getting abroad and much better because the quality of life here is much better. If you're earning about a crore salary or maybe 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs of salary, you hardly spend anything. You please look at your own house and see that. If you have your own house and if you have your own vehicle, there is no expenditure. Today you can go to the grocery market, green grocery or vegetable market. You don't spend more than 400, 500,000, maybe 2,000, maybe at the most. It's so much less expensive it is here compared to maybe the developed countries. The quality of life in India is going to be very hugely different from what is there in other countries. Only problem is maybe some more infrastructure development has to happen under the leadership of our honorable Prime Minister. I'm sure we'll do much better in terms of infrastructure. Even now, I can see that Dharwad or something. Earlier, it used to be so clumsy and dirty. The roads now are much better. We have all the cement concrete roads. There is no doubt that this is going to be the best. Another important reason, which is what I picked up from the net, was that RBI, I hear, is going to not going to increase any repo rates. The repo rates are going to come down by at least 100 basis points over a period of time. Now that is huge. If that interest rate comes down that way, I think then we are almost getting into the developed world. There is no doubt about it. And some of the best sectors which you can think of right now, which you're not thought of so far at your undergraduate level, I can tell you is that definitely IT is a phenomenal sector that you can get into. Add a lot of value-added courses in IT, definitely you can do better. Retail sector is booming sector even now. Automobiles, especially electric vehicles, is going to be one of the biggest. Renewable energy, in fact, that is one of the areas where we need to really focus a lot more on solar and wind and these kind of energies. There are lots of companies coming up in that area also. Healthcare, most neglected area, very expensive otherwise, but then definitely insurance and healthcare will come up in a big way. You can find some alternate solutions on that. Technology, infrastructure, healthcare, and green energy are the biggest sectors that you should concentrate on. And I'm telling you this on the first day. Because please make sure that you don't waste even a single day, as what Mr. Jagdish Papat was saying. Don't waste even a single day. Every day is important. You have about 730 days so far, I think about 700, whatever, 20 days or 30 days you have. That's it. Within that period, you should become a huge jump you should have, not a small jump. It's a huge jump into become one of the best managers around in the country as such. And to give you an indication why MBAs will do very well, I'll just give you a few of the CEOs of the company that you can think of who are all having MBAs, just like how you have. Raghuram Rajan, of course, now he is fallen off the government. Ajay Banga, he is the master CEO of MasterCard. Deepak Kalra, the founder of Make My Trip. I had a lot of my own students who are planning to do something related to travel. Today, even travel is definitely one of the best areas to get into. There's no doubt. I can see IRCTC, for example, has boomed into the travel and tourism. I never knew that they could do so well. In fact, they're doing very, very well. And there's no doubt, a lot of things you can do as far as travel is concerned. And then you have Indra Noy earlier, of course, of Petisco, Chanda Kochar, who fell off the thing anyway, but she's from JBIMS MBA, and Harit Nagpal from FMS Tata Sky. Rasul Joshi, you must have heard, very much in the entertainment industry. He is from IMT Ghaziabad. So many. You cannot imagine. So many of them. All of them successful MBAs. And I tell you, if you have chosen MBA, you have done the best thing in your life. There is no stopping. There is no stopping. Believe me. And you are an alumni of the GBS, which means that you can always get back to us. Don't think that after 2 years you can't get back to us. You can always get back to us and ask us for some help related to your placement. Definitely, we'll be able to help you on that. So I would say that if you look at some of the companies, in fact, some of the best companies you have today, I don't want to go into that more, but anyway, what I would say is that simple and very important is that a few points for you as a grown up and as with about 30 years or 40 years of experience in education, I would like to tell you is that I keep saying this every time, as even Professor, Mr. Jagdish Bapat also mentioned, is that know yourself, right? Do you know yourself? Do you know who you are? I'm not talking about a name. Do you know who you are? Very, very important to know who you are. Not by the name. Of course, name is how they call you, right? As a baby, you may not know the name. Over a period of time, your parents keep calling you the name every time. Every time they call the name, the baby will turn the head, right? That means it's identifying itself. But that is not the name. Name is not what you are. Name can be anything. But who you are is very important. For that, what you should do, you should know what your strengths are. What are you good at? Like Jagdish Bapat just mentioned, one subject, just one subject is enough. You don't have to look at all the 24 subjects. One good subject. Just be selective about the subject. One good subject you pick and you master it better than all your classmates. Nobody can stop you. You're a fast running Gora at that time, definitely. Have a vision for yourself. End of 2 years. We keep saying that. Have a vision. The end of 2 years. Here, I can tell you one good example I can give you. How the students are better. Incidentally, sir, that's for a very important thing for us. I take that as an important lesson. I am Bangalore. I was on their board for some time. And we had the chairman was incidentally Mukesh Ambani was the chairman of the IMB board at that time. We were discussing about how IMB should grow, how it should go international, how they should go out of Singapore and go to other places and all that. IIT Chennai incidentally has got something in Africa. Now, when we're doing that, we are having the plan. All the teachers are sitting together and making a plan. And as we walked out at the evening, we were discussing with students. And the students also had a plan about the institute. And believe it or not, the students' vision and plan for IIM was at least 4 to 5 times better than what the teachers together had planned. That was shocking. How come we have been there for 20, 30 years and our vision is not there? Whereas young students are having a better vision of IIM. How come? That's the same thing applies to you. You're young. Your creative brains are there. You can always come out with a better vision for yourself. But don't do this harm to yourself by not having a vision. You must have a vision for yourself. Write it down somewhere. Maybe give it to your parents and tell after 5 years, please show me the vision statement. Write it for yourself. And I happen to see a very good TED talk sometime back, and that was an interesting one. It really blew my mind also. And what it says is, for every one of us, especially our adults, we tell stories of ourselves. I keep telling many of the students also, tell your story. What is your story? You're not one sheep among a thousand sheep, right? You're a separate identity by yourself. So what is your story? Tell your story. The adults, all of us, will have a story. Okay? And the story will repeat. I'll keep telling the same story maybe another 20 times. The story will keep on repeating. And what will be the story? I had this difficulty. I grew like this. I did like this. That's the story that you have. Can you change that story? That's the point. And what the TED Talk was talking about is that people really don't change their stories. They keep telling the same stories to the grandchild also. This is the story, my story, how I grew and how I grew up and all. Would you like to change the story? They say you move a little lateral, move a little outside. Don't feel that you're caged. I cannot do something because of so many constraints. My parents were a constraint, my system was a constraint, my family was a constraint, my society was a constraint. Therefore, I could not grow. You cannot give that. Change that story, is what they're saying. Change the story. And another thing, don't change the character who obstructed you. Change the story. You cannot say that this person was responsible for my downfall. No, you cannot say that. That doesn't work like that. Change the story. You move lateral, move away. Make sure you have a different story to tell. I'm sure that is the way progress normally happens. Because normally freedom comes with responsibility. Whenever you're given free, in fact, I keep telling you that even in our organization also, everybody would like to be a basu. Why? Because basu will do whatever you are told to do. He will not think beyond something for the institution. But when you have to think something beyond for the institution, then you have to have a vision. Comes responsibility. That's very difficult. So for you also, just passing the MBA doesn't make anything. You have to make sure you have a proper vision, you take responsibility. Now you want to say that I want to be a CEO of a company in 20 years' time or 10 years' time, it comes with a lot of responsibility. Make sure you do. And very, very important is that the character, which is what Buffett also spoke about, attitude and the character. Character is very, very important for anybody's success. Anybody is recognized for the character in the organization. Always, character of the organization is very, very important. And a few points which I would like to tell you is that for you, students especially, first year students, are very, very important, telling you that manage your time very, very properly. It does happen that your mentors are there. In fact, this is the first time we are having an orientation program of 6 days instead of 3 days. And please remember that the last 2 hours or 1 hour, you're supposed to interact with the teachers. Right from the day one, interact with the teachers. It never happens in any of your UG and PG programs. Here, they're asking you to interact with the teachers. Make best use of that. Last 1.5 to 2 years, 2 hours that you have, make best use. Tell about yourself. Tell what you want to do. Tell what kind of problems you have. And the teacher mentor will definitely help you on that. Every 2 hours, every day you catch up with today and tomorrow's class. Very important. Prepare for tomorrow's class. The class will be very easy for you. That's very, very important. 30 to 60 minutes, you please watch news channel, especially business. Stop that serial business. Don't watch any serials. It's a waste of time. Make sure you watch news. And more the news is better, the business news is always better because then you'll be able to connect with what you're learning and what is happening around. That's very, very important. Have one bestseller in your hand. I keep telling that to everybody. Have one bestseller. Maybe it could be a non-fiction, it could be a fiction, doesn't matter. At least one semester you take one book, buy a book. Buying book has not become a habit. It's a very bad tendency if you don't buy books. You must buy books. Buy a good non-fiction or fiction seller. And bestseller says that. Have a blog or a Facebook or something of your own and keep writing your progress every time. Every time you progress, today what I did, tomorrow what I did, which means that every day is important. Like what Jagdish Baba said that tomorrow, today should be better than yesterday and tomorrow should be better than today. It's very important for us. Every day you have to progress and then No TV channels and serial, and last and not necessarily the least is that I stress a lot on language. Very important as what is said, communication only in English. Not that I'm born to an Englishman, no, not because of that, but corporates work on English language only. So better make sure that some of us have not really done much on the English language. Please try to spend half an hour, 1 hour. If you watch more of English channel, English news, and watch English movies if you have to, I'm sure it will.
This 1.5 hours, we have heard a lot of things. Our chief guest, Jagdish Ji Bapat, has given you practical things to be taken in life. Dr. Subhash, who looks after the GBS academics, has shown you the path how you have to complete your MBA with what focus. I welcome the chief guest, Dr. Subhash, Sri Satish Rahbagi, and our secretary, Jitesh Jain. And Director of GBS, Sri Yogi sir, and all the experienced faculty. I was told to give my remark in 5 minutes. I will complete it because I feel you're little tired. See, you may hear a lot of things, you may read a lot of things, but you will do something which your inner feeling or inner sense is feeling. You may be expert in by hearting the entire book, but if another person who doesn't know any bad, he just sees the headline and he survives it because he is more practical what to get. It doesn't mean that by reading too much, by putting lot of efforts, will become number one. You should be practical. When you see something, you should be able to judge what is this thing. See, any growth or any knowledge will only come if you are with good people in and around you. If your group is good, you have good discussion. Your group is bad, you have all odd discussions which are of no use. Very simple. You have come to a very right place. You are quite lucky enough to get admission. No doubt there are a lot of tendencies also. But naturally, you are spending your father's money or your own money, earn money. See that you take care. See that every minute you use it to get the best from the faculties who are always helpful. And since 15 years, I am seeing that they have changed lots of students to a great height. Now it all depends upon you, how you take. See, you are bachelors, now you are going to become masters. By 25th, right now, I cannot say you will become a master. But when I will see you when you are passing, I will definitely say I cannot talk to you. This is what the change I've seen. When a person goes for an intensive 2 year MBA training, his attitude, his face, his approach, his mind, everything changes. This will come only if you take part in all the activities with your own interest, not just because you're enrolled here. Right? I don't want to tell much more because our chief guest has given you very good practical ideas. And Dr. Subhash is known for education. Right? He can speak for hours together. I can speak not more than 6 minutes. Right? It is very simple. You are under the care of one of the best directors, Mr. Rudgi, personally also, as well as academic also, with his good faculty. You see that you work for yourself, not for others. Come out with something. See, if you don't dream big, you will never become big. As Dr. Subhash said, you have to see what is there inside. See, every business. See, I come from a business family, right? I came in business when I was 15-year-old. I just have done my graduate and just 2 years of law. That was a time pass business those days. Study was not very important, say 40 years back. Now, study is very important. Without qualification, without real practical knowledge, you cannot grow. Lot of changes have been taken place in all these years. Definitely, I can see some faces are glowing, some faces are dull. You have to become real active from inside. Bring your inner strength out. See that you come out, come with proper breakfast, proper everything, so that the whole day you are full of energy and get the best out of the GBS. I thank you very much. I congratulate you for having taken GBS as a future. Definitely, Dr. Subhash has told placement. Placement is one small thing. Getting a job now, you don't get a sweeper for 12,000. Nowadays, you don't get any manual worker. You can get a doctor on a phone call. You cannot get a plumber if your cat is. So, as doctor said, Subhash, service in. And be strong enough on what you want to do. Don't dream which you cannot achieve. Dream something which you can definitely achieve and you will 100% succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Guys, we are live on YouTube. The link is shared in official GBS website of Instagram as well as in Facebook. Let us express our gratitude to all those who have contributed towards the success of Parichay 2024. I now invite Ms. Ritika Chotte to deliver the vote of thanks. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Global Business School, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for gracing our orientation program Parichay 2024 with your presence today. It has been an enriching experience to witness such engagement from all of you. I take this privilege to thank our Chief Guest for today, Sri Jagdish Babaji, who has shared his precious time with us. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our Chairman Gen Society, Sri Ramesh Kothari ji, who truly graced our event with his presence. Thank you, sir. I thank our extremely wonderful management members, Sri gratitude to our GC chairman and guiding force, Dr. M.S. Subhas, for his never-ending support. Thank you so much, sir. I extend my gratitude to undoubtedly inspiring director. I extend my gratitude to undoubtedly inspiring director Dr. Prasad Rurki for holding us up. Thank you so much, sir. I also thank our teaching, administrative, and non-teaching staff for their endeavors. Special thanks to Team Parichay, the student coordinators, Isha, Akash, Sonali, Komal, Samvedana, Suman, Vinay, Chandni, Mallikarjun, Chirag, Rahul, Tejas, and Shashikant for ensuring the smooth operations of the event and will be a source of support throughout the forthcoming events. Lastly, I feel so cherished to welcome my charming juniors to GPS family and also thank them for being such active audience. I hope all of you have a great week ahead with Parichay 2024. Thank you one and all.
One flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation forevermore. When we hear the national anthem, it is a call for honor our country and its history. Before concluding the inaugural program and cherishing the new beginning, I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem. First, technical team to please. Thank you, everyone.